that carries out. So I'm really happy to be here. Our students deserve to be put first and have the best educational outcomes with supporting learning environments. And, everything I know about, Keisha and her family, that they will have a supportive learning environment. So just congratulations to everyone who helped make this day possible. And I look forward to seeing the impact that the school will have in our community.
That's fantastic. We had a surprise celebrity.
Autographs at 7:30. No, I was kidding.
That's amazing. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
So
I'll put
you
my
forgot to
contact
mention that I
information in.
am recording, so go ahead.
I'll put my contact information too in the chat if anyone needs me for any resources too.
Fabulous. That's
Thanks so
amazing.
much.
So maybe we'll just go around. So just have everybody, all of our schools that are being, oh, Natalia, I forgot to see that you raised your hand. Would you like to share something really fast? See, it says ask to unmute there.
I'm sorry, Candy. I'm just still learning how to navigate from my
Oh, no
phone.
problem.
Like it was unusual. But yes, I'm here today as a parent, but we recently actually relocated to Vero Beach, and but I'm just learning to see how the open house works. So when we have to present as educators next week, so we know what to do.
Sounds
Nice
good.
to meet everyone.
Hey, no problem. Thank you. All right. So what we will do is we'll just go around the room. I'm going to shut the door so my dog will stop being in our recording. Sorry about that, everyone. And we're all real people here too. So maybe we had an order here. Let's look on our handy dandy program. And I will put down who is going first. So it looks like we have the Living School that is going to be our first presenter.
Hello. Welcome, everyone. I was here on Monday too, so it's like repeat, I feel like, right, Candy?
Yeah, no, it's good. I love it.
It's good. I love it. It's so cool. My name is Joelle Smith. I am the owner and mastermind behind the Living School. We are considered a mobile school. We go to over 100 locations a year in South Florida, from West Palm all the way down to Miami. We've gone over to Fort Myers, Naples area. We just did Kennedy Space Center last week. We've gone to Orlando for a 2 night with parents. I work a great deal with the special needs community. They are my people. So I not only take students, but students with special needs often need aids or support. So their RBTs are welcome to come with us, just like they would in a public school setting. I actually had a student this year inquire about bringing a nurse because he has a GI tube. So um, we do 3 days a week with out into the community. We call it experiential learning. I call them adventures. And my kids complete missions, which are academically focused on math, English, social studies, and science. They are devised by their parents as far as what they're going to learn. I have been an educator for over 25 years, certified teacher who worked in public school, worked in Lindenwood Bell as a autism tutor. So I've had a great deal of experience in that area. And then I became disabled after brain surgery about 12 years ago. And that led to me homeschooling my own three who are now grown and out on their own. And so I'm able to see the fruits of what homeschooling can do and the possibilities. And that's how the Living School came about. And I am also expanding my program to 2 more days of learning days at home where students are going to be doing life skills such as cooking, building, gardening, all those things, how to change the little plumbing thing in the toilet that nobody knows how to do except for the husband. So we're going to be teaching them all those little things for our students to be able to live a bit independent and confident life. So, and I am really grateful to be here, and it's really great to meet all of you.
Awesome. Thanks, Joelle. And she's
Thank
got a
you.
really snazzy bus that you can see in the picture right behind her.
Well, we're going to have a new one in about a month.
Well, I'm sure it will be just as cool. So
Yeah,
excellent.
thanks.
All right. We have Salt Academy is up next.
Hey, how you guys doing? I'm actually not the founder of Salt Academy. The founder of Salt Academy is my mom, but I'm a first generation micro school student. I just graduated 2 years ago, and well, we are based in Boca Raton. We're certified by Cognia, and we're specialized in dyslexia. That's all I got.
Oh, come on. You can tell more stories than that.
Yeah,
Maybe
we
share some of your favorite experiences that you had with Salt Academy.
well, of course, it's more, one-on-one learning, right? So our school schedule is from Monday through Thursday. It's from 8:30 to 2:30. Those are new hours, I believe. But we do specialize in dyslexia, and well, it's one-on-one learning, correct? So it's sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to phrase this the right way. But it's only a 4-day school week because the last day of the week are Fridays. We don't really take recess. We do brain breaks, right? So it's more time suggested towards actual learning and hands-on stuff. Our school does actually really try to put a focus towards hands-on learning. So those Fridays that we do have off, we do hands-on learning outside of the classroom. We do a lot of field trips, lots of marine biology. Last year is what we focused on. We are a K through 12 school, and yeah, that's where I graduated. So it's a place very close to home, and I've been around the micro school environment for such a long time now. So I feel very adapted with it, and I couldn't have asked for anything better. So I really do recommend micro schooling to anyone.
I love that. So just thinking about it, it's probably like 10 years that you have attended a micro school, right?
Yeah, so in my story, I started attending at fourth grade and I took it all the way till 12th grade. It's my second year now, about to be my third in FAU. I'm studying at FAU. And well, I keep going back just to school just to really see how the school has grown so much, So it's so one-on-one that it was kind of hard for me to come really like I was just able to learn so much when it was a one-on-one thing. I had a lot of issues in public schools, and I feel like something that is missing nowadays is students actually speaking out and really saying, "Hey, this worked for me." I feel like in the past, it's a lot of parents, a lot of administrators that are saying, "Hey, micro school is this and this and that." Is coming from someone who's been through it through 10 years now, so I'm very thankful for the school for Salt Academy, and that's why I'm here, kind of representing them in some way. So yeah,
Excellent. Much more
thank
meaningful.
you. Thank you.
Okay, awesome. So I am next. I'm Candace Leyenbauer with Tapestry Academy. I wear two hats for this meeting with Micro School Florida. Tapestry Academy is in Boca Raton as well. And we're friends with Susie from Salt Academy. Actually, I'm friends with pretty much everybody in here too, just from getting around. We love collaborating with other micro schools. I've intentionally kept our micro school very small so that I can run this directory, Micro School Florida. And I also have 6 children, so that just makes my whole life always a micro school. I've been a home educator for over 20 years, and we've lived in Boca Raton for about that long as well. So just always being in the community and experiencing all of the amazing field trip options that are in South Florida. It's been a really fabulous place to raise a family. And anyway, so Tapestry Academy, I created it just to find another option for my kids. And I wanted to have everybody come to me instead of me go to everybody else. So that's one of the reasons that we began it. And we have about 12 students that are kindergarten through 8th grade, and another 6 who are in our middle high school program. Depends on how you like to learn. They're 2 different groups. And we do lots of experiential education, lots of field trips. We do surf days with Surf Skate Science up in Delray Beach. And we have farm days. We love the kids getting dirty, like they're getting their hands dirty and, you know, taking them to Sugar Sand Park to go and go through the forest and hug a tree and, do all those things. Um, Scavenger hunts and different things. I just want them to be outside and to not feel like they always have to be in a classroom. To us, the location is not as important as the being together and being out in nature and just experiencing lots of things. And I would say that it's more of a feeling, I guess you would say. The parents are very involved. And when I say very involved, means they're very involved with the different choices that we can make for curriculum. They can change it. We have lots of choices and things that are going on instead of me saying, this is how it has to be. It's more of a discussion, and we're working together to help the student be involved too, to help choose how to be involved and be autonomous in their education. So anyway, love teaching about microschooling to pretty much everybody. I yeah, I was on a podcast earlier today. I can't remember what it was called, Living Boca, but just sharing nonstop about what microschooling is all about. I think my husband probably wishes that I would talk about other things too, but too bad he's stuck with me. So anyway, all right. Our next person up will be Palm Beach International Academy.
Hello, I'm Lori Kubak. I am the head of school at Palm Beach International Academy, which is a Stanza education school. We're also known as PBIA SES. Much easier to say, I guess, less of a mouthful. At PBIA, we believe in flexibility and personalization and, of course, academic excellence. We are accredited. We are a hybrid college prep private school for grades 6 through 12, and we are located in Boca Raton. We're very customized. We provide customized pathways for our students. It's very student-centered and basically designed to meet a diverse range of student learning needs. They have support at PBIA. Its coursework is guided by academic coaches and tutors and teachers. We're a nonprofit and really, just prioritizing student success. We like to say that we have structured yet flexible scheduling for our students that enables them to balance their academics and their personal passions. We offer over 250 courses, which include AP courses and additionally dual enrollment courses that really prepares the kids for their future. We offer one-on-one instruction, small group instruction, independent study. We offer peer collaboration and virtual engagement. So basically, kids can learn anytime and anywhere at PBIA. I'd really like you to remember these 5 key points about PBIA, and that is one, that we really use a personalized learning model. We have structured yet flexible scheduling. We have lots of academic layers of supports with our team, with our academic coaches, our teachers, and our tutors. We offer high quality academics. We're Cognia accredited. We also have NCAA and College Board approved courses. And it's all in this supportive and social learning environment. And that's who we are at PBIA.
Thank you, Lori. I love that. And I went to your open house. I think it was in May, if that sounds right. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful campus. It's here in Boca Raton also. So anyway, and Oscar, are you here? I think I
I
saw.
am. Hi, everybody. I'm Oscar Cancio. I'm the Senior Director of Enrollment Management for Palm Beach International Academy, a Stanza education school. So nice to have you all here. Thank you for having us.
Hey, thank you. Love to put the two faces together. Awesome. Okay, our next one up, let's see, is A Space of Mind with Sandy.
Hello, hello. I'm Sandy Haygood, representing Space of Mind, and we are in Delray Beach. Allie Kaufman is the owner and founder, and she's been doing it for 20 years. We just celebrated our anniversary. I'm in my 3rd year. But our campus is actually everything that everyone said before me. But we're in Delray. We have 2 buildings. We're a very funky and creative campus. So our tagline is learn how you learn. So we want people to come in and we need to set the environment so that they can learn. We're driven by passion projects and project-based learning, which on our campus looks like engineering, culinary, music, art, these kind of creatives, and then that drives the rest of their curriculum. Extra cool things are that our coaching staff, we redesign and build the curriculum every year so that it's based on what the families need, what the students need, the technology that is current, what's going on in the world, that kind of thing. So we try to stay very hip. The family involvement is a key part of our communication, and each kid has a team channel that we're all communicating on. But yeah, so I would say just focused on creatives, super customizable. We are a full-time campus, K through 12, but we also offer virtual, part-time, college prep. We're kind of like an a la carte as well. So wherever the family is at, we can meet you there and see what you need and see what space of mind looks like for you and your family. Thanks for having me.
Excellent. Thanks, Sandy. They hosted, well, PBIA also hosted one of our dinners, but we did an educator dinner at each one of their locations. And anyway, so fun to see everybody in their natural habitats and getting to know everybody. Awesome. Our very next one will be, let's see. Oh, Sharon Israel, Homeschool Music. She was not able to make it tonight, but she is really awesome. She's also been to our educator dinners as well, and she does online music instruction in, she lives in Palm Beach County. So anyway, give a little plug for her, and there's more info on our flyer about her as well. So if you want to look into her. Okay, the next person we've got is DoTT Academy.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Dr. Keisha Balan Francis. I am the founder and principal of DoTT Academy, a K through 6 school in Palm Beach County. After more than 20 years as a teacher and a principal and a consultant, I created this school because I believe that education should fit the child and not the other way around. So our framework is focused on the removal of grade levels completely, so that it is competency based and that learning is so personalized. It just focuses on the student and how they need to move through the curriculum. We are moving away from the traditional classroom setting. We have multi-age pods so that we can work with students based on what they need and how they need to move. Also, we are really focused on building student independence so that they understand what their learning goals are. They understand how to get to their learning goal. They can monitor their own learning and track their own learning so that they know when they hit the goals and that how they can move forward and they can express that. So it's really building those characteristics that they need for real world success that businesses and employers are looking for, so that they are independent, they're problem solvers, they are creative, all of those pieces that connect to building the whole child and making sure that they are successful. So I'm, excited about this coming school year. And I am also a mom of 4. So trust me when I say I know how to juggle homework and snacks and big dreams all at once. And so, as Candace mentioned, with such a big group, I feel like I have a micro school of my own. So thank you again for being here. And thank you for believing in the micro school vision.
I love it. Thank you. So we'll call you Keisha, although Dr. Keisha sounds even cooler.
That's what everybody calls me. They say they remember it that way. So that's why I put it there. But call me Keisha. Definitely.
Yeah, all of our micro school kids call me Miss Candy. And I was like, I like that. That seems to fit me just fine. But there you go. Time and place for everything. Okay, our next person up is Wise Up Educational Services.
Well, welcome. Good evening. Thank you for having us. We are Wise Up Educational Services. My name is Gabriela,
And I'm Courtney. We're master degree teachers who specialize in both the English and Spanish language arts. We offer a K-12 dual immersion language program that meets the needs of the English language arts, reading, writing, spelling, vocabulary, and speaking,
as well as the Spanish language arts. We are an immersion, we have an immersion approach. So this is not learning your colors and your numbers. This is you speaking Spanish and doing it from an experience-based approach, so that the language is included into every activity that into the activities that we are doing. That's why the dual immersion that we have, so that then the kids our students can actually speak Spanish and not just count from 1 to 10 and tell us 4 different colors. We are also moms. We have 12 kids between the two of us. And we have experience in the over 20 years each one of us in the private, public, and homeschooling sectors. We are trying to bring a unique approach to Southwest Florida. We see that there's a great need for this bilingual approach to education, and to bring it in a much more practical a way, so that the kids can integrate it much more easily, and in a more with a much more playful approach. We don't do repetitions. We don't do the worksheet approach or something like, and things like that. Not really. It's all based on their interests and led by them in that regard. And I'm not sure we mentioned that we're located in Fort Myers.
Yes.
Yes, perfect. I heard the Southwest Florida part, so excelente.
Okay. Yes.
Yes. That's about the extent you're going to get with me on Spanish. So way to go. Um, I love meeting everybody, and then for our parents that are just hearing maybe for the first time about microschooling, I kind of wanted to spend the next 15 minutes, and then we'll open up our break rooms to just talk about things like if you've never heard of microschooling before or non-traditional education. What would be, because we're a group of experts in here, what would be some tips or advice that you would want to give a family? I also saw that somebody wrote on the questions that they would like to know how to become a teacher for a micro school. So how to work for a micro school. So anyway, let's talk maybe about that right now. We could talk about what are some ways to become, how to work for a micro school on our Facebook group. It's Microschool Florida for Parents and Educators. I have a post that's pinned right to the very top that says job openings. This is the time of year that everybody's dying to get new teachers for their programs. So I'll bet you there's probably 10 in there right now that are hiring. So if you are interested and want to work for a microschool, that would be a good spot to look. And then I know that they also post on like Indeed and LinkedIn and different places like that. But I think you'll have the most success if you really want to work for a microschool is just finding one you really love, walk in and say, hey, I am totally available and I would love to work for you. I think, we're very personalized, and that could be something as well. Hey, Sandy, since you guys have been around for about 20 years, what is your approach to hiring people? Where do you usually go to look for staff?
Great. I was just going to say, I think we actually are hiring right now. So we are on Indeed and Glassdoor, the online platforms, but really we try to go word of mouth because our coaches, and other educators that know our vibe, we kind of know the type of people we're looking for. So word of mouth, don't have a lot of people walking in looking for jobs, but I do like that advice. And whoever that was that's looking for jobs, you can definitely say hi to me in the chat and we'll see what specialties you have, because we do have some openings. But that's how I got hired, was Indeed.
Yeah, excellent. I just know that this is that time of year when everybody's changing, like they're getting new recruitment for students and then either like finding new staff members. It's that usually turnover time period. So also new times for turnover would be again in January. So at the end of a semester is usually when new students come in. And although lots of Mocha schools are open, like open enrollment all year long, you could join in February if you wanted, but typically most people jump ship and move to something else mid-year when they do that. All right, so now that we've got a bunch of experts, I would love to hear some advice on what would you say to a parent who has never done anything crazy like this before, and they're just curious what it's like to switch over to a micro school. Does anyone want to speak about that? Do I need to pick somebody? Come on, guys.
I feel like I just spoke, but if that's okay, I'll share a quick, my favorite comment over this past year was a parent reflecting at their end of quarter presentations, and our kids present a quest presentation of what they've learned instead of like testing. And afterwards, the parent was like, I see my kid again. Like my kid is back, meaning they were smiling, they were being funny, they were being weird, they were being confident, and they needed that socialization and our environment to like really regrow that. And so, yes, academics and all of that, super important, but having a parent like be in tears saying them as the kid as a person is back and happy, like really obviously is heart melting. So that's my share.
I love that. All right, Joelle, I'm going to pick on you. What would be some advice that you would give to somebody who hasn't decided to try it out yet and they're just thinking about it?
When they're just thinking about it.
Yeah.
So I think that because most of our generation grew up going to traditional school, I think that people need to open their mind that there's more than one way to learn things. And so for me, that was a very big deal in homeschooling my own girls and looking at different ways to do things. We tried so many different ways. So I think if you're looking, for me, it was, okay, we can try it. If worst case, we don't like it, we put them back in school. That's worst case. Best case is we like it. Maybe we need to make some tweaks along the way because something's working for our family or something's not. And that's kind of how like we homeschooled. And I say the same thing to my parents. Like, you have to do what's best for your child and for your family first. And so if you're really thinking about homeschooling and you're not sure, try it. There's no harm in giving it a try. And the other thing that I want to say is a lot of parents are fearful, like that they, like I can't do it. I'm going to say this. I'm a certified teacher in the state of Florida. 25 years I've been teaching, and I was terrified to teach my own children at home. Terrified that I was going to mess them up, that it was going to be horrible. My youngest is a Marine, currently stationed in Germany. My middle daughter is about to graduate with straight A's from Florida Gulf Coast in forensic science. And my oldest daughter is a companion for a student with autism spectrum disorder. So guess what? I didn't mess them up too bad because they're all doing what we want our children to be able to do, which is to have, be a citizen, be actively involved in the community. So I'm so thankful that I did it because it gave me a relationship with my kids.
Excellent. Now, there are a lot of micro schools that students are registered as home education students. And then there's a lot of micro schools that they are not. They are registered as private education students. So for those who, for example, like PBIA, I know that you guys are the private school model. And so you wouldn't need to be like registering as a homeschooler. You just hop right in and you do your thing and you go. I'm sure that you guys have questions too, because people are leaving traditional settings and then coming to, I guess it wouldn't be too hard to come to your program. Oh, look at this beautifully interior decorated space, amazing natural light, and but they
We
still have
even
to
have
go.
ducks. We have a ducks and a lake,
Yeah,
right?
still need to learn how to do a little bit different. But what kind of suggestions would you give to somebody who's coming over to your type of program?
I mean, I think it's really unique. And if they're coming over to our program, they're probably looking for something a little different anyway. So I have that on my side, because they're looking, they're already, out there. It's changing the mindset of the people who aren't looking. That can be more of a challenge, I think. And like you said, I think someone said opening their mind to doing things that are a little different. Me personally, I'm coming from a private school, so coming and stepping into the micro school world for the first time as a private school educator has been eye-opening to me as an educator and as a mom, and thinking, wow, why didn't I do this sooner? Because of the personalization, because of what it can be to each and every child. And, over the years as a principal in a multitude of private schools in the area, there's always been that population of kids who I just could not serve. I couldn't serve for a multitude of reasons, and this is exciting that now I can and address that in PBIA with our microschool program and still provide them with an outstanding education. Like I said, we have such a diverse array of classes to offer our kids that they can still have the same experience, but just in a smaller environment and one that works with their schedule. I mean, no matter how unique it is. And so that's amazing to be able to take each and every child and almost tailor make their, educational pathway. So that's really exciting.
Yeah, I love it. What do you guys say when they say, "Oh, but they won't have sports"? I want my kid to have lots of friends their age, and I want them to have sports. So those are some of
Can I jump in here?
Yeah, go for it.
So it's the funny story. My daughters played volleyball, and they had several options of like some of the private small schools that will take homeschoolers. They also have sports programs for homeschoolers, but that's actually how my daughter met her boyfriend. And they've been together. They're talking marriage. They're about to get engaged. So my encouragement would be there's tons of sports programs out there for them to be actively involved in. Tons.
Especially in the area of Boca, so many
Everywhere.
sports.
I
Yeah,
mean,
for
all
sure.
over the place. So a lot of the private and Christian schools, they can play at their public homeschool as well. So they have tons of options.
Excellent. I know that some of our students in our high school program, they are really into their sports. So their sports comes first in the morning, and then they'll come in around 10 or 11 and then do their school starting then. So, it doesn't have to be the same way. If sports is your number one thing, have it be your number one thing, and then do everything else second, and that's totally fine. All right, so we've talked about tips. We've talked about little stigmas about sports, and what about, I don't know if my kid will have any friends if we do this. What do y'all think? Anybody have suggestions? I know Sandy's got a million kids at your location.
Yeah, even in my little community, I only take 12 students. But again, my kids, and I have to go back to my own children, they made friends at when they did sports, with the things that they did with church, like they were very super social and getting out, and they had each other. I do come across a lot of people that have single children, and so like they're the only child, and so they want the socialization. So my suggestion is find a micro school or find a pod, and that's a great way for them to make connections and build those friendships and socialization that parents are looking for.
Excellent. Sandy, do you have any tips?
Sure. Well, that's a perfect piggyback, Joelle, because we, like, as a micro school, we invite homeschoolers onto our campus on Wednesdays. It's open for drop-ins. So if you kind of call around and see what other micro schools are doing, we can always link up and expand the friend zone. But we find that in our smaller, we've got 45 to 50 kids. When you shrink the size down, they're having more genuine relationships. They know everyone on campus, so the friendships blossom because you have a lot of like-minded students. So it's a benefit at our campus.
Excellent. I do know that at Tapestry, we do that as well. Every year we've partnered with 1 or 2 microschools or programs in the area to just somebody who has like 20 or 30 students in a park or whatever. We find those things that we can do over and over and over so the kids can get to know each other throughout the school year. So I'm trying to think here really quick. I was having this flashback, and I know it's not just homeschoolers in here, but I feel like I need to share it. But when our family first decided to homeschool, it was kindergarten. I was also pregnant at the time, so that totally changes everything. But I snuck into the back to school night at our local public school, and they're like, "So, here's all of the cool things we're going to be doing." And their bulletin boards looked super awesome. And then the teacher looks at me and she goes, "So who is your child?" And I'm excited to know who you're with. And I was like, "Actually, we're homeschooling and I don't have anyone here." And she just had this look on her face like, what? So I felt like a spy and I had been discovered. But anyway, it's just kind of a funny little story that I went home from that experience. And of course, I was pregnant, so I bawled my head off. I was like, "We are totally ruining our child. She's not going to have a bulletin board with her stuff stapled on the wall." And my husband looks at me and goes, "Oh, please, it's kindergarten. We're going to totally figure this out." But anyway, I can't say that I really enjoyed it my first year. I did not really like it. But then I had my baby in February, and then I went to this homeschooling conference up in Orlando. It's called the Florida Parent Education Association, FPEA. Anyway, they have like 10,000 homeschoolers that come all over the state. And I went to that event and I felt like I saw lots of families that I identified with. And I loved seeing all of the options that were out there. And so I decided to give it a go. So we just kept saying 1 more year, 1 more year, 1 more year. And then I blinked and it was over 20. So, but I can't say that I ever decided right from the beginning that we were going to do it long haul. It just kind of happened that way. So just have confidence and faith that whatever it is that you decide, you're going to be just fine. And if at any time along the journey you decide to change your mind and do something else, like 1 year, I had half of my kids homeschooled, and then 2 of them I put in public school. I put my 4th grader and my 10th grader in public school, and it worked out just fine. We did us and we learned some awesome things. And then the next year we made our decisions from what we learned. And anyway, there's no one way to do it. And you'll see that there's lots of families out there that pick what's best for each kid. And I think that's okay. So we are now at the point in our program where we are going to stop our recording. So thanks everybody for the recording part. And we'll open up our breakout rooms. Hopefully this will work out with the